Kia ora te whānau. We are having just the most beautiful springtime here in South Canterbury. You can hear the birds singing, blossoms are out. Check out this stunning blossom tree in the face of it. Isn't that gorgeous? You know, everywhere we go, it seems like life is just blossoming and glowing. Look at these flowers, it's stunning. And it's days like this when the grass is green, the air is fresh, and the birds are singing, and the bees are buzzing. It just feels good to be alive. We feel like we're just thriving in this kind of environment. But you know what, a whole lot of this year we haven't been thriving, have we? It's been crazy times with everything that's been going on in the world. It just feels like we don't know whether we're coming or going, and even if it hasn't, had a direct impact on us, this pandemic has just made our lives that much more stressful and that much more difficult. And instead of thriving, we find that most of the time we're only just surviving. We might be struggling financially or emotionally or just with stress and everything that's going on, but it just feels like a tough time to be alive. So how do we get back to thriving? Because that's where we want to be, right? How do we get back to thriving? Well, I was talking to a friend about this a while ago, and it feels like so often when we're in that survival mode, when we're only just surviving, we think the way to get back to thriving is by striving. That's our good Kiwi work ethic, isn't it? Just work harder and things will get better. But so often, that's just not the case. So often you work harder, and the harder and harder and harder you work at something, especially if it's moving from being in a dark place to being in a light place, seems like the harder you work at it, the further backwards that you go. So what do we do about it? How do we get there? Well, it's reassuring to me that in Scripture, there are so many things, so many times that God says to us, don't worry about the future. Jesus said to his followers, consider the lilies of the field. They don't worry about what they're wearing, but have you ever seen anything more beautiful? And how much more does God care for you than flowers in the field that are gone so soon? And I find that just so encouraging, because it's a time like this when you've got the green grass and the beautiful flowers and the fresh air of spring that you do feel alive. And it's a reminder to me that actually life is to be found when we stop worrying about it, when we stop striving, when we stop pushing ourselves so damn hard. Then counterintuitively, really, life starts to turn around and we find that where we've just been surviving, there are little moments of beauty and joy, and that's where we start thriving. So anyway folks, that's all from me today. Hope you have a beautiful day. Take a moment to sit back and enjoy something beautiful, whether it's the flowers or the fresh spring air or just something that you love. But anyway, be happy where you are, be safe, be joyful, and may God be with you. Bless you. Bye.